go over and read it. The stuff about Bob Chapek and uh, Jeffrey Ma, uh, Jeffrey Morrell was let go last Friday, and some people were making a big deal about it. Oh, Chapek's done, blah, her. Well, not really. That doesn't mean what that. That's not what that means. Marlowe. Let me explain Jeff Marlowe. Jeff Marlowe came from the Bush administration. W. Not exactly everybody's all right favorite president anymore. Certainly better than the one we got right now. But as far as keeping his promises to the American people, no. Marlowe was part of the the administration. He worked at the Pentagon for Don Rumsfeld. I think when Don Rumsfeld was there, I did not do my research, so. But then he went to BP. I don't know. Look, everybody that gets into a position where they're got a lot of power is usually against the learning curve for a time. And Marlowe only had the job for 4 months. Marlowe came from an administration whose second term was littered with poor navigation of the narrative to the point where it basically didn't have a narrative and let the left-wing media define what was going on, from Katrina to the war in Iraq and Afghanistan. And Marlowe was part of that. All right, he was part of that. So Morrell was part of that. So sorry for saying Marlowe. I don't know why I've got Christopher Marlowe in the head right now. So he goes to British Petroleum, is in contact with Bob Chapek, probably knew him. Chapek says, why don't you come over here and be my communications guy? Gotta understand where this guy was. Okay, he did not work with the alt-left SJW entitled Hollywood thumb-sucking crowd. He didn't know what to do with them. Okay, he did not know what to do with the activists inside Disney. The idea that he was the one that said, we're not going to make this political, he was repeating what Chapek said. Okay, he did not do anything. He did not do his job properly. All right, granted, he was still in his job, but he was the low-hanging fruit that could be very easily be removed. Does not mean that Chapek is going anywhere. Okay, not at all. Okay, I still have not heard any. Now I know that some people are saying that Chapek is on shaky ground. I don't get that feeling. When I look at the financials, and I haven't today, but when I do, everything is down. Okay, everything. You've got Russia and Ukraine. You've got China saying there's another COVID epidemic. You've got that fat cow Yellen threatening on raising the interest rates to 5%. That's bad. Okay, guys, that's not good. So it is not just, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get y'all to see the big picture. Okay, the big picture, when you're talking about a company like Disney, is the important thing. Our is theme park attendance down? I don't know. I don't know. I would say probably not. I'm not sure. Um, it's funny to me that would be something that would come up. But anyway, just a minute. Kojak, come on, come here. I got you. Come here. All right, sit down. Daddy's home. Settle down. All right, so we.
Down.
But the big picture is the most important thing when you were talking about financials. And what you've got is a perfect storm right now. And it didn't help that uh, they dropped the ball with the politics of the parental rights bill. Morale was perfectly in his perfectly reasonable, saying we should not get involved with this. Chapek was perfectly reasonable. In fact, he was smart. It's not a good business decision. I'm sure, Universal's laughing at them right now. But I don't see this firing, which I'm looking at people going, you don't know what you're talking about, do you? It has anything to do with Chapek going anywhere. Low-hanging fruit, shiny object, and the guppies are all looking at the shiny object right now. Meanwhile, Cameron is telling us on his Patreon that there are woke HR people leaving Disney. And there are other wokesters now leaving Disney. So this morale thing was probably for the best. Okay. The girl that took over for him, again, assuming she's woke. No. Guess what? Obama's not woke. He's complained about them. The Clintons aren't woke. Okay? Sure, they'll kiss their asses if they have to, because they're politically corrupt scumbags, but they're not woke. Okay? This girl, also because of who she worked with, can deal with psychopaths like Barbara Streisand and Jane Fonda and Brian Lord and all the rest of these virtue signaling losers in Hollywood, okay? Because she worked for two administrations. They probably have shrines in their houses too, okay? I mean, look, I'm gonna tell you something about Barack and Bill, okay? So pull up your chairs. When I see Hollywood drooling over these two, it's like they could be found with a dead boy in their beds, and Hollywood would say he didn't do it, or they would excuse him. All right, that's how they feel about this guy. Okay, and those two guys, and this girl who now works for Disney is the next in line. Now, did she just come aboard? I don't know. I'm gonna have to do my research. But don't just assume someone's woke because of who they worked for. Because, Obama's not woke. He gives in to people. He'll do the politically expedient thing, but he doesn't like seeing people canceled. He has said so, and he's not. Hail David, how you doing? So, and then of course she also has a partner. All right, the top lawyer at Disney. Okay, this is the thing people are not remembering. The top lawyer at Disney is, I think, probably will have more to say than she will. Oh, what happened, David? So anyway, and there we go. Now today, as I said in my upload, Leslie Headland added a graphic artist named Damian Dravin, who has eyelash thin resume. Of course, I went to check him out as a graphic artist for the Acolyte. It's like, why are you doing this? In fact, I confronted her. She's on Instagram, so please go and confront her. Okay, do it. She basically is still, I think, attempting in a very weak way to get this show started. But as we know, last week we heard that's not going to be finished, or it's not even going to go into filming until October. It was pushed back from this month. They should be filming now. Pushed it back to October. It's not going to happen. That's how the business goes, okay? She's basically spending the money Kathy gave her, all right? And what's weird is she's getting a lot of people outside of the Lucasfilm community. So I have a theory, and Cameron, Mike, if you guys are on here, Cameron's probably holidaying because I think it's Eid al-Fitr today, or Eid al-Mubarak, I think. I don't know, and I can't pronounce words, so don't shoot me. Where was I going with this? It's almost like she got a safety officer and stuff from Disney. Okay, fine. But everybody else seems like they're from outside. Like, this is not a club. This is not the Disney Club, the Lucasfilm Club making this. And I have a theory that she's actually hiring people for when she picks up and leaves for Netflix. She's gonna have to take Star Wars off it, do all that stuff. But yeah, it's gonna be UGLY. Hey, cross element for her in October because look, that is the end of the fiscal year. Okay. The end of the fiscal year is gonna be very telling for Disney. And a lot of people leave. Okay. So but also what I say, if Cameron's people are right, see, man, that's not happening until the next year, and they can re-up for it. So I'm not. I'm thinking. Look, I know there's a lot of people. Hey, Morgan, a lot of people out there that don't understand how politics work in business, but I do. And if you think that Bob Chapek hasn't been talking to Ron DeSantis, that Wall Street Journal article that I've got copies of now because I sub to Wall Street Journal is very telling. They have not stopped talking to Florida, and all this apology bullshit, the prison, the kidnap video, etc., etc. of Chapek is bullshit. That look, there is propaganda and PR, none of which are true 90% of the time. Okay, notice how Amber Heard fired her entire PR team this weekend. Yeah, you're right, C-Man. But the thing about it is they've been talking in a lot of the stuff that DeSantis has been saying is for his people, is for his voters. Okay. Meanwhile, you've got the hostage video of Chapek for the 5 perverted activists and their enablers at Disney. Okay. They think they saw him being honest. No, he wasn't. He was buying himself time. Okay. He was buying himself time so he could figure out how to get rid of them. And again, the firing of Jeff Morrell is the low-hanging fruit. It's the shiny object. Here it is. See, here it is. Meanwhile, we hear of wokesters and people in Disney HR being canned. Okay, and who knows what they're talking about behind closed doors. Okay, that's what we got to remember. All right, these are the things that are important. Okay, what else? So we've got that, and now we've got Fred Flintstone thinking she's gonna get the acolyte going, even though we now know through rumors that it's been pushed back to October. And I'm like, why are you doing this? She's spending money because Kennedy told her to spend it. She's got it. She's gonna spend it. Okay. Meanwhile, she's got, Russian Doll season 2's up, and she's got other projects. They're far further along. Okay, far further along. So I don't see this series even being a priority for her anymore. But they're stringing that Amanda Stenberg along, which is like, why? You don't let the girl go and make some money, okay? But I don't know if she's on some sort of if she's got some sort of deal, she might not be able to. I don't know. It's just, I think to me it's frustrating to see Headland just continuing to do this. I mean, Ryan Johnson didn't even do this. Okay, he also has not taken out the Star Wars trilogy from his IMDb because look, he's trolling people. That's what he does. That's his only talent. Anyway, so yesterday, I'm gonna grab something real quick. Koji, where are you? There you are. All right, so the Dream Book by Keepsake, or Hallmark, is out. Go to any Hallmark store and pick one up. You gotta see the Star Wars stuff. I could not believe it. But first, and actually I don't see any gay people in this at all, so that's good. I just see regular families. So there's a lot of stuff in here I wouldn't mind having. Beyond Star Wars, I want to show you some of the stuff I found. Oh, see, these will actually do lines from Christmas Vacation. We got Ralphie, we got the leg lamp, and there's the car. I have one just like that though, so that they made years ago. But I want to get to the one. All right, I have a collection of these guys. I cannot wait to get him. I have every year, and the deer. So that. But now let's look at the Star Wars. You guys are gonna faint. I almost died. I was like, ah. Okay. They have storytellers. You get a cord, you hook everything up, and it'll basically play an entire movie. So Luke, Obi-Wan, and the droids came first. The Death Star, Tree Topper. This year, Han, Leia, with Chewie, and Vader. I'm pumped. I don't have any of these yet. I am getting all this year. I don't care what my husband says. And then, if this is cool, a lot of Mandalorian stuff. We've got Din saying goodbye to Baby Yoda, or Grogu. There's Grogu again. We've got the fire spray, and we've got Luke, Hallway Luke. We've got IG-11. We've got Mace Windu, and we've got Obi-Wan. No, they don't have any sequel stuff. The only thing is BB-8, and they have a version of him every year. But, and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say there will probably be more. Uh, there's always different kinds of things and extra things to find, and we've got the Mirror Mirror collection from Star Trek. So this is just, oh, and the 10th Doctor. I actually might buy that for Doomcock. And then this. Yeah, we'll probably see merch from that. I would say stuff that hasn't, the Obi-Wan thing that came out, that ornament, that was destined to come out because of the show. They're probably not sure about anything from the Rogue One characters. I think Disney's like, look, if you want, make whatever you want, okay? And they're like, well, we're not making that. We're not making any. There's no Kyle Ron. There's no Rey. There's no Finn or Poe or Holdo. Any Snoke or creepy clone Emperor. It's that. It's this stuff. Okay. My Christmas starts early because I start looking now. All right. And I know for a fact this stuff sounds really good. Now remember, if you go back and look at my Christmas video, I have the ships, storytellers. Okay. So it's pretty cool. But that Death Star's that big. I mean, it's huge. So I'm thinking about doing a separate, like they got it on a smaller tree here. And maybe I'll do that or put it like on like a piece of driftwood or something, and then have everybody like connected to it. I do want people to be able to see it. I think that's something that'll probably go up in my office and stay out all year because it's just, excuse me, it's a special piece of it's a special collectible, but they're expensive. You could spend, let's see, that's what, 80 plus 40, 120. You could spend, I would say, a good $400 on all that. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start poaching those things off of eBay. And you usually find people who bought more than one and they want to sell another. Sometimes they won't sell it for as much as you buy it new, and they're new they're new, never been used. So that's probably what I'm gonna do with Luke, Obi-Wan, the droids, and the Death Star, and then the day that these other ornaments drop, just go in and buy them. And the Din Djarin and the Luke. And I mean, there's a lot of ornaments that I want. This is a good year. Now, they don't have the porcelain I like. One year, they just went crazy with it. I couldn't believe it. I had these beautiful things, and I was shocked that they quit making it. But with everything being so expensive, it's kind of like when you walked into, Target 15 years ago, really neat stuff, really neat Christmas ornaments. You walk in and it's all shatterproof junk. All right. I'm not a shatterproof junk person. Okay, I am not. If I'm going to spend the money, it's going to look good and it's going to be, it's glass, it's something. But these guys are special, so got to figure it out. Anyway, want to show that off to you because no sequel trilogy. People have been asking. And you guys do know that Dark Horse Comics is now doing Star Wars again. In fact, they're going to be, there's a panel for them the first day. I think it's after the first main panel. And then the publishing. And I gotta say this. Charles Soule patting himself on the back because I'm a consultant for Lucasfilm now, creative. So, I don't know. See, man, none of the story group that really is annoying. Like, I'm sure Matt Martin will go because he's in LA, or he might not, but I know Pablo said he's not going. Okay. And Charles Soleil taking this creative consultant role tells me there's stuff going on at Lucasfilm. You know, I want Pablo in that tweet he sent to that friend of mine, saying that after 20 years I don't have any plans and I don't know what hers are. You know, he was, I mean, he was taking his work at Lucasfilm and stretching it out to 20 years. He was only there for 10. Okay. Now he's saying 10. So he's like putting everything back to where it was. But I look at him and go, you're not there anymore. I mean, even WDW Pro says there's something going on with him. And he's not there anymore. I mean, and if he is, it's a very reduced role. I mean, I would think with the High Republic that was his baby. I mean, when they all met around the whiteboard, there was Pablo and his gut. Here we are. He was part of that shit. Nowhere to be seen. Nowhere. He's not on the panel. Just the racist Christina Ariel. Okay. So that's all the news. Pablo's keeping his red stapler. You know, if I can get on Twitter, I'm gonna go after him. I'm gonna say shitty things every once in a while, and I'm gonna do it in a way that's gonna make him go. Just because, I mean, I saw somebody go, "You're not there. You're probably just consulting. Stop it." I mean, some guy had never heard of went after him. Okay, you know, here's the deal. If Cameron's contact at Disney's right, and there are Wokistanians saying goodbye to people, sending out emails saying we're leaving. Oh, he put up a thing. I can't remember what it was, but it was like, meh. But I'm sure in his private account he was screaming. Right. Billionaires should be mulched. Okay, the billionaire who gave you your fucking job, you fucking parasite, should he be mulched? I need to know. I'm curious, you know? So yeah, but this year's celebration is giving me a strange vibration. I mean, we have fan panels that are just absolute trash. And I would like to know why these panels are allowed to be there. I really, really would. I mean, I'm like, I don't mind a fan panel, but what's the point of this? These are questions that need to be asked. Okay. What else is new? Let's see. I haven't heard anything more about Bill Murray, but Andre and Tom are doing a video, or Andre did a video, so we're gonna see when he comes back, or when they upload that, we'll be able to see what that information is. Let's see, you know, Zaslav keeps going along, and you know, I want to ask Lucasfilm. I want to ask Marvel. I want to ask Paramount CBS. You know, I'm watching The Offer. I'm watching 1883. I'm watching. I'm just got done with the last season of Yellowstone. You've got writers there that are tremendous, tremendous. They're telling fantastic stories that aren't woke shit. You've got these three major franchises suffering because you didn't hire any storytellers. What the fuck is the problem? This is, to me, the chasm is this wide. You got these guys over here who are making brilliant stuff, and these turds, human feces over here, creating garbage. And it blows my mind. The most important IPs in film, I mean, at least Star Wars is. Marvel, I don't like Marvel. I never have. And I have really good reasons not to like it that I'm not divulging. But they're just trash, you know? And now we got David Zaslav, cutting woke stuff, pushing things back. No, it doesn't. It hasn't worked out. They're getting what they deserve, in my opinion. This is what they deserve. Okay, hiring garbage humans that create garbage, and then wondering why everybody hates it. Really, really. So anyway, and it's interesting to watch. China doesn't want Doctor Strange because, I don't know, put a 1 in the chat if you know what the Epoch Times is. All right. The Epoch Times is a conservative leaning news site. My husband reads it. I get emails from them. I will peruse their stories. I don't use them as a source of good storytelling. Like if I want the news, I'll go to the Wall Street Journal. I'll go to the Daily Mail. Yeah, they just shut everything down, man. They're under lockdown again. Okay, China. Look, remember how surprised we were with Netflix? Remember? Don't be surprised if China's in the same place. Okay? Don't. There are things we don't hear that we're not supposed to hear. Okay? And it's like the 1980s with the Iron Curtain. Oh, yeah, I know what he's saying that. And look, I love the fact he's got the guts enough to go on Valiant Renegade. I love the fact that he and Doomcock talk a lot. But the guy is an alarmist. And he's a conservative ideologue, which is fine. All right. I understand that I used to be one. Now I'm a libertarian and I don't give a shit. Okay. All right. I stand next to Elon Musk saying both sides suck equally, shut the fuck up. Okay. It bothers me greatly that the guy can't see what's going on. Okay. Chapek's not going anywhere. Morale being canned was the right thing to do because Morale screwed up. Look at the last years of the Bush administration. Okay. Was that good messaging? Did any of that really work very well? And then he goes to BP. Okay. This is a bad fit. Granted, he knew Chapek. Granted, Chapek thought, he'll do a good job. But he didn't. Okay. The guy's just not, he's not the guy to be able to deal with Hollywood squirrels. All right? Hollywood is full of human squirrels. Okay? And you got to know how to handle them. Now, again, this is the thing no one tells you. You're only going to hear it here. Because they only read like a little bit of the story and then run with it. Ms. Shack isn't the only one doing messaging right now. The top lawyer at Disney is working with her. Okay, and it is a guy, a Latino man. Hector, or I'd have to look his name up. I did. Let me see, do I have it written down? I have my thing here. I take notes. All right, keep going. All right, I thought I wrote that down, but I didn't. That is a big deal. So she's not going to be the only one. And let me explain something about this whole setup. No, he didn't. It's like Horatio Gutierrez is, I think, probably the person behind the communications team, not Shaq. Okay, I'm just saying this right now. Okay, we may see her, we may hear from her, but she's not the one. She's just there to, you know, put the pacifiers in the mouths of the big babies in Hollywood. But yeah, so there are two people, not one. Okay, there's one. But look, why tell the whole story when you can get people freaked out? When you can sit there and live with confirmation bias. All right, which is what, when people do that, that is confirmation bias. Okay, they don't give you the entire story. All right, that's what the New York Times does. If they're not outright lying, they're not giving you the entire story. That is wrong. Okay, Horatio Gutierrez is the top lawyer at Disney. Okay, and I got to say something. Again, if you think that Bob Chapek and Ron DeSantis aren't talking, I can't help you. You're a moron. Okay, that Wall Street Journal article basically says their allies in Florida told the board, shut the fuck up about politics. Okay? And now they are. I haven't heard a word. They haven't said anything. Haven't said anything about Texas or anything else. Okay? And Texas is saying, do it. Come after us. We're going to make life miserable for you. Okay? All right? Good idea not to talk about politics. And now they know. Now the board who forced Chapek to do the hostage video is going, look, don't be surprised if you see people on the board leaving. Okay? Don't be surprised when in a month or so more, like this summer, if you see names from the video Reimagine Tomorrow not there anymore. Again, Jeff Morrell is the shiny little object up here. Okay. Yeah, I mean, just Mike, despite Kurtzman Trek, they've got some really good shows there. And it is worth getting, like, I don't get the ads free thing. I just get what I got. And look, if you want good programming, there you go. Okay. It's a well done show. The acting is, I think, beyond the scope of a lot of people. Yeah, it does. I haven't seen that yet. The direction, everything, the three directors they have working on it are great. And I'm going to say this. Remember how people the black pills complain, how come they always change directors? I don't get it. Well, in certain circumstances, it works. May I introduce the offer? There are 3 different guys directing, and they're all doing a bang up effing job. It's only the third. I don't. When does the next one drop? Wednesday or Friday or Thursday? I can't wait. I'm literally like, and then I'll watch all 4 of them, just because it. You know, here's the thing. I love how they wrote the women. And the girl playing Betty McCart, she's English. I'll let you. Oh God, Doomcock's got a good video up too, so I'll let you guys go. I'll let you guys search around for interviews with her, but she's English. The guy playing Bob Evans, he's been in I think he was in Down The Crown or Downton Abbey or whatever. Yeah, they bring it. Miles Teller, look, there are young Turks in Hollywood right now that are fucking amazing. John Favreau is the lead, but Miles Teller is awesome, awesome. He knows what works and he brings it, and it's he put together a fantastic show. Because I think he's one of the executive producers. He's just, these guys are brilliant. And this is the kind of quality stuff we ask for. I would show these to Bob Chapek and say, I would like to see Disney get writers like this for Star Wars and for the rest of the franchises that you have. Okay. There's no woke shit in it. Where's the woke? There isn't. There isn't. I mean, it's like, so anyway, so I'm gonna let you guys go. And oh God, Folger is great. Dan Folger is just, I mean, he's been in a lot of stuff too. And the guy that plays Puzo, oh my God, Patrick Russo. These guys are, I mean, look, Giovanni Ribisi as Joe Colombo. Again, I know a little bit about that stuff because I did my research. And those rallies, those Italian American Civil Rights League rallies that he put together, you know who was there with him? Michael Franzese, a young, early 20s Michael Franzese. Okay, and he's talked about that. Hey, John, yeah, you did, because I'm about ready to shut down, Jonathan. But as far as Chapek, here's what I'm going to say. The morale thing was a shiny object. All right. This girl is going to have a guy sitting at the desk across from her, a lawyer. And obviously, WDW Pro did not read the Wall Street Journal article. I've got it if he wants it. Okay? I've got it if he wants to read it. Because there's the proof that the woke is going. It's not going to go the way it's going at CW or Zaslav. I mean, and look what's going on with Amber Heard. She's getting her ass kicked. All right? Me Too is dead. That's dead. They're trying to cancel Bill Murray. Good luck on that. People are sick of it. I'm going to do a video on cancel culture. Maybe it'll be an upload. Oh yeah, she did. That was funny. Maybe it'll be an upload or something. But cancel culture is not new. Okay? It is not new. And people forget how many people out there in the world have been screwed over because they said something or did something a little politically incorrect. Okay? Well, cross element, it's going to be a long death. And it's going to start basically when you see Elon Musk isn't completely in control of Twitter yet. They've opened up the algorithm. I still can't get my old account back. I got to figure out how to get. Look, if anybody on the side can tell me how to use this phone so I can actually get my old account back, I would much appreciate it. Or so I can set up a new one, I would much appreciate it. Anyway, this is Steph. See you around the galaxy. I'm gonna go watch Doomcock. Okay.